when you plant that seed in there and you plant it deeply and you see it and you believe it, then you will achieve it. And they've done these studies on athletes when, say for instance, there was an Olympic athlete that is training for the 100-yard dash, and they put sensors all over him to see how he would react when he was actually running. You know, all his sensory experience and all the physiological, biological functions. And they tested him from the beginning of the 100-yard dash to the end. And then they put him in a room and they asked him to imagine it in his brain. And all of these same physical responses happened, even though he wasn't physically running. It was still happening in his brain. So it was just proving that whatever you see and believe in your mind, you can start achieving. And it all starts from here. So having a vision for yourself is very, really important. The third one is a champion is someone who has a game plan. I kind of mentioned it in the first virtue about breaking it down. You know, break down your goal step by step. It's just like, you know, practicing a sport or practicing a new instrument. How many people do sports or play an instrument in this room? Awesome. Okay, great. So you kind of know what I'm talking about. When you're, what kind of instrument do you play? You guys, oh my God, hello, fellow skater in the room. Okay, talk to me later. So, you know, when you're doing music, you know, each note and each chord, each composition, each musical composition is broken down into chords and scales and notes. And you got to practice each one. You got to practice each and every day to be able to accomplish being able to play that whole composition. So it's the same thing, breaking it down, this game plan for yourself. And you want to develop this game plan also for any particular goal in your life, but particularly now for your college education dreams. So whatever it is you have, say you have your hit list of the 15 schools you want to get into, 15 schools you want to apply to. What do you need to do to get into that school? You got to score well on your SATs, most important. PSATs is okay, you know, if you want to be a, you know, national merit scholar. But SATs most important. You got to do well on the personal essays. And personal essays are an opportunity for you to really, really show who you are outside of just the scores, because they're looking at a zillion applications. How are you going to stand out? And it's about really, really striking a chord with them about showing who you are. Leadership skills, community service, so you break it down and make a list of everything that you need to do to get into that school. The fourth virtue is a champion is someone who never gives up, never loses hope, always has persistence, and he knows that he'll reach his goals eventually. He always has faith. So I want to share this quote. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. This is a quote by Calvin Coolidge. So what does that all mean? It means that I've met plenty of people who are really smart, but because they don't believe in themselves, they never make any of their dreams come true. And I've seen it in our own community, and it's probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen. So I hope that if you guys do have a goal, to stay inspired and stay persistent, and eventually, if you plug at it each and every day, you will reach your goal. You will eventually get there. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If it takes, you know, 2 months to like 5 months to 1 year to 10 years, whatever it is, just don't give up on your dreams. A champion always dreams a bigger dream for themselves. So whatever, this other quote by James Allen, dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall be one day. So dream a bigger dream for yourself, really. And this is the whole message that McDonald's is trying to share with you as well. Having hope, having confidence, and dream a bigger dream for yourselves, because you can make your dreams come true. You can get into the college of your choice. You can have a wonderful support system. And parents, you know, really is about, between the parents and the children now, it's really about having effective communication and working as a team. And I learned that in the world of sports. You know, it's so important to have a very strong team. And I know sometimes there's a generational gap and a cultural barrier where, you know, it's hard to communicate with each other. But if you can find some way to do that, and kids, if your parents are pushing you hard, it's because they love you. You probably heard this before, but the truth is, it's your life, it's not their life. Eventually, they're going to move away, or eventually, they're not going to be around anymore. And it's up to you. It's your life that they're investing in. And so please try to see that as love, because I have a lot of kids coming up to me complaining about, my God, my parents are just pushing me too hard, and I don't want to do anything, and they don't understand me. And the truth is, they just love you. That's why they're doing all this. Okay, that's why they dragged you out today. The sixth one, a champion has a positive attitude. Whenever he's faced with adversity, he sees every challenge as an opportunity for growth. So I'm going to jump into this number 7 as well. Failures are opportunities for growth. In the Chinese word for adversity, in the Chinese character, it lies the word opportunity. And I love this about our culture because it's really, really, poetic and thoughtful and reflective. That in every challenge that you're seeing right now, whether it's you gotta get a good score on your SAT exam and how you're gonna do that, all of those things come to play in helping you reach deeper within yourself and realize that you can do it. And if it's challenging, guess what? You're going to come through it. There's a big lesson in all of it. It's an opportunity for growth. So don't worry if you don't score well the first time around. Keep trying, because you can take the SAT as many times as you want. I took it 3 times. On my second try, I got my highest score. I got a 1380 for someone who's wondering. What'd you get? Got 1380. So a champion wins at life, okay? They don't let other people, because in your circle there might be people who are haters, they might be jealous, they might want to bring you down, they might be cynical. They always win at life. A champion never lets anybody bring you down. And when you start being more successful, you're going to have haters around you. You're going to have people who are jealous, You probably see it in the community already in some way, shape, or form, because it just happens. You know what? See that as a form of flattering compliment. When I have more haters, I'm happy. Because I'm like, I'm doing something good. I'm doing something so good that you wish you had what I had. So welcome that. Welcome that and feel good about yourself. And a champion knows that time is valuable. Your time is very valuable. Every minute and every second of it, to spend it doing something you love, doing it with passion and purpose, trying to seek exactly what you came here on this planet to do. And the very last thing, a champion does what he's passionate about. He has a passion for life. When you do something that you're passionate about, money and riches and all that will follow. And I know it's sometimes hard to believe, and I feel like in our generation we're really lucky because we came from parents who came from a lot of sacrifice. Maybe they survived war like my parents. They escaped from China to Taiwan to here to create a great opportunity for you. So you have this opportunity now to really, really think about what it is that you are passionate about. And I tell you, I've interviewed so many people, from Donald Trump, I've had Hillary Clinton on my radio show before. Every single one of these people have always said that if you do something that you're passionate about, that gives you meaning and purpose in life, each and every day will be a happy day. Each and every day will be a day of, wonder and excitement. You're going to wake up feeling excited about your life and really, 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 really looking forward to the next phase and the next journey and the next, adventure you're going to have together. So I hope all of you, remember that that is the most important thing, that as you're thinking about school and what you're going to study and who you want to be when you grow up, be thinking about some of those passions right now. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's environmental issues, maybe you want to be a doctor, maybe you love debating or being a lawyer. Look at some of those natural skills and abilities you have, and that will be your clue to lead you to your passion so that you can get from here to there to where you're going to be. So thank you all for joining me this morning. If you have any other questions, I will be at the McDonald's booth, and you can ask me anything and everything, and it's all confidential. And enjoy the rest of the educational fairs. Thank you so much to McDonald's. Thank you so much for the World Journal for creating this opportunity for each and every one of you. And if you need to reach me, my information is on the postcards, okay? Thank you.